Welcome to the Pauper Gauntlet. It's time to bore someone to death with familiars. This deck is leaderless and doesn't have a sideboard plan, so it might lose because of that. Yes, Malin Lechat. Malin is actually a Swedish girl's name, but I don't think this is a Swedish girl. Okay, looks like we will successfully be able to bore people to death. Do we preordain or do we get the swamp? I think we just preordain here. See what we find. Oh, sweet stuff. Let's keep them all. What are we up against? I think Burn and Delver has the biggest chance to knock out familiars. Oh! Yeah, he could definitely take us out before we can set up. So I'm trying to get the Nightscape Familiar down and get another land. But if this Delver flips, we have problems. And we can't land the Nightscape Familiar because then we can cast a Mulrifter and block next turn. Cloud of Fairies? Question mark. Will you play Cloud of Fairies? Will you counter my Nightscape? Will you spoil my dream? Oh, double Delver! But this means that Nightscape will not be countered. So, do I actually play the island just to avoid getting dazed? I think this Nightscape is so critical that we'll try to do just that. Sweet! But he can still counter the Mulrift and then he'll do a ton of damage. Oh, he's trying to set up a treasure cruise. Will they flip or will they not? They flip. We're in dire straits, especially if he has a counterspell, but one of his counterspells are in the graveyard. And I don't think he will repeal the Mulrifter anytime soon. But he definitely has the clock on us. So how about playing the Cloud of Fairies here to get more mana? But it's dangerous, right? If he can counter the Cloud of Fairies, he can counter the Mulrifter. Spells that the sprite cares about the fairies you control, right? Oh, God! That hurt. But I can still do it with the Cloud of Fairies. I can, right? It will net me one extra mana so I can cast the Mulrifter. And I definitely need to cast the Mulrifter. That's interesting. Okay, so we play Cloud of Fairies. Untap 2 lands. So now we have 5 mana, but we will only get to 6 mana, so we won't be able to play the Nightscape Familiar anyway. Resolve Mulrifter, pretty good. The situation looks somewhat better, but... Is he mono blue control? Yeah, of course he is with accumulated knowledge and repeal. Oh, then his only way out is Delver's. So he's having an extremely lucky draw here. Yeah, that's much less dangerous than Delver. The clock might be very important here, of course. Block it. Okay, what we really want to resolve now is the Nightscape Familiar. So can we play Cloud of Fairies for the islands, see if it's counted, then tap the Dimir Aqueduct and untap it? I think we can. Oh, interesting. So we try that. Then we tap it. Untap the lands. Now we have Muldrifter mana again. Do we go for the Muldrifter? He will just get countered. Go for one more Cloud of Fairies. That'll get us to 6 mana. Then we can cast the Nightscape Familiar. And then we can try to cast this Muldrifter. But that should never get through here. But it did. What's in his hand? And we go for white. Now I feel better. Cycles miscalculation. Why didn't it counter the Muldrifter? No, we cast Thought Scour. We'll block the Delver with the Muldrifter. And he just happily lets it die. Wow, what's going on? Spire Golem appears. Yeah, that's kind of a threat, but it's not that dangerous. So we should be looking for another land, another Karoo land. I can play Seagate Oracle for 1 mana. Flicker. That's pretty good. Let's keep them all. Research. Throw away the Evolving Wilds. Play. Do we want to play Snap here? That might be too greedy. But greed is fun. Nightscape Familiar. Preordain. I think we want both of those. Casting the other Preordain just lets us get... Oh, we see one more card. That's absolutely awesome. So we put on top. We did play a land, right? Yes. So now we can attack. And we're done. Flicker, Fairies, and the Seagate Oracle. Una's Grace. Should have taken the planes. But now I have to start making fast decisions. Flicker those though. If he counters this, I don't have a lot of business. But I'm under no threat either because I have 6 power on the board and he doesn't. Untap the lands. Please give me more ammunition. Deep Analysis. Yes, please. So Deep Analysis for 1 mana. And there's the win. But he can counter that. So Deep Analysis again. Do we try to go for the win here? I think we do. Wall for Flicker. Yes. Flicker Oracle Wall. Yes. Take Deep Analysis or Snap? It's the Deep Analysis. We need ammunition. So now we need mana. So we flicker the Cloud of Fairies on the wall. Paying a blue. Talking less now because I've fallen behind on the clock. Okay. That doesn't stop the combo. You can draw a card. Yes. Flicker Wall Fairies. Flicker, untap. Yes. That's very little blue mana. Okay. Well, I have to find the kill condition. Yes. Flicker, wall fairies. Foresee. Put them all on the bottom. Research. Throw away a land. Flicker, all fairies. Flicker, all fairies. Absolutely super entertaining, but I'm falling way behind here on time. Playing way too slow. So I have to shut up. 3 more times. Right, so let's see how we sideboard against mono blue control. I don't have a current sideboard. No sideboard. Okay, does that make sense? Because the side, oh, capsize. We probably won't. Dispel seems good. Or do they? Or do I just not care? I just outdraw him, right? But I needed a spell to protect my... I can't handle the capsize, I don't think. Take out 2 snaps. So if he concentrates on countering the Denizen, does he win then? Snap is my only way to deal with the Delver, except blocking with Mull resistance, which seemed to work quite well. But I spent almost half my time in that one duel, and I should have time for 2 more duels. This looks great though. Really great. So get an island, done. First turn Delver flip will be a problem. First turn Delver flip, then counter everything. Getting a plains or a swamp now would be great, so I could actually force through a familiars. No such luck. Also means we have to discard. And we probably have to discard a Cloud of Fairies. That seems so wrong. Or a familiar. No, it must be the familiars. He set up the Delver to flip, so of course it flips. Can I bait a counter here with the Cloud of Fairies? Because what I really want to land is the familiars. Let's see if we can do it. Satyr Denizen seems bad to lose here. Oh god, I needed that second familiar. No, it works. So now I have 3 blue mana. Let's try this. Oh, that's all I can do this turn. Oh, lets it pass. Hey, that's my kill condition. You should respect it. Right. Play the Chancery. Cloud of Fairies. Not too sure about that. Desperately looking for counterspells. But it doesn't have them. That's weird. So we play a familiar. And we don't need to, we need to snap the Delver. That felt wrong. Oh. And attack with everything. Now I don't have anything, but I can easily draw into card draw here. He has 6 cards in hand. So he might actually win this, and I might be wasting my time here. 3 accumulated knowledge. I wish I had a way to deal with his graveyard. Do I need Reaping the Graves? Double Delver. Set them up to flip. A timing out is a real danger here. Should I concede here? That might seem insane, but I really need to draw something. Should I bring in Reaping the Graves? Snap didn't feel very powerful here. Oh, where's the rated arrows? But that's hard to get past the counter cloud. I can't double block with Cloud of Fairies. Maybe Capsize is stronger than Snap. No, he'll just counter it. Okay, if I don't draw any business now, I will concede to save time. This is 8 damage, 2 fairies will die. He has a full grip. Yeah, I will concede to win the last game. Reaping the Graves serrated over Snap and what? Everything is so good over Seagate Oracle. Yep. Let's try this. Have to make fast decisions now because time is short. I figured this deck would lose against Delver, Burn, or the Clock. Wow, this hand doesn't have anything. I can't send it back. There's so much I can draw into. The deep analysis, compulsory research, Muldristers, preordains, Seagate oracles, anything. Playing the Chancery here, unless I draw an island. That's good news. That's the card I needed last game. I'm gonna play Familiars on the plains. And it isn't the whole world if he counters the Familiar, but he doesn't. Which is a little weird. He seems to have very few counter spells. Do I just go for double deep analysis here? I can't. Not yet. So one deep analysis then, maybe? That worked nicely. Now I'm gonna have to discard. Yeah. I must not forget this deep analysis. Onus Grace. I'm discarding the Aqueduct actually. Yes. I'm not sure if that was right. But now I should have a fairly decisive turn here. Okay, so I play the Cloud of Fairies. To make my turn even more decisive. Tap those, play the deep analysis. Oh, I'm getting confused now. Deep analysis. Nightscape Familiar. Can't play the wall into open counterspell mana like this. But I have 2 walls. I have nothing to retrieve. So research first. Discarding the Chancery. Play this guy. One, two, and the Oracle. Yep, this seems pretty good. This time he counters it. Oh, play a land. And maybe I'm getting a blue land then. So double Muldrift the next turn, yes. Yep. Or a wall for the research here if he has plenty of counter spells. And then the combo is on board. Yeah, and then I can try to play Mullrifter, Mnemonic Wall next turn. One, two, three familiar. Sorry, I'm so confused. Wall now. And then the combo is in place. Yes, that works. Yes. And Mullrifter. I'm not gonna try to combo off into 2 blue like this. Then I can go Ghostly Flicker Wall next turn. Or even research. Can pay 1. I did play a land, right? So I'm done. Okay, so I go research, flicker, wall. And it needs to counter all 3 of them. And we have an equal amount of power on the board. Main phase Grace. That's death, right? For him. Okay, if that's what you want to do, I'll take it. Oh, and then it's all over, right? Flicker, wall, fairies. And dispel the counterspell. But he doesn't even counter it. So how am I supposed to lose now? Flicker, all fairies. Okay, I got to be really fast now. Wall for research. Did I play land? No. Flicker, wall, fairies. Oh, the problem here is that I don't have any card draw. Now. So now I can't do any cards. That's a shame. Because it did counter all my card draw, guys. And I only have 2 power. That's because I draw 3 lands of that second research. Maybe I should have played the 2 Cloud of Fairies so I had more power on the board. Yeah, swing it. Yeah, I should have played the fairies. It's just for one, so I don't need to counter it. Grace. Yeah, deploy the fairy army. Win with the fairy army, new plan. Rise of the fairies. Attack of the fairies. Mega slaughter of the fairies. A stupid Delver. Reaping the graves would be fairly awesome at this point. But he can now counter the Ghostly Flicker as well, so I might need the Cloud of Fairies. Shit, what do I do now? Deploy one fairy. It's like the worst of both worlds. Maybe I should have cycled it. Double Dispel. That's interesting. I'm relying very much on this single Ghostly Flicker, but I can protect it with double Dispel, so of course I can rely on it. But now I can't dispel anything else. Perhaps protect my card draw. What a weird game. But drawing any card draw now will be sweet. Or Reaping the Graves. With the Flicker I can set up Reaping the Graves for the win. The Delver does not flip. But that won't work forever. Treasure Cruise. Might win him the game here. Dennison is fairly good as well. No, he didn't cast Treasure Cruise. Now he does. I'm ahead of him on the clock. That's a bit weird. So maybe now I don't have to go off, but only have to survive. That means killing the Delver with my fairies. But I have to stop the Spy Golem as well. I can block the Spy Golem with the fairies. That was not what I wanted to draw. I think I'm losing this. Oh, Flicker wall. Yeah, for research. Yeah, Flicker wall at the end of turn, of course. Works as long as I'm ahead on the clock. Let's do that. Kill this Delver. And then flicker wall. If he repeals one fairies, I'll flicker the other to save it. Flicker wall fairies. Dispel the dispel. Counter dam. Now I need to tap those lands. He's so confused right now, so he's losing time. I can flicker the other fairies as well. So I flicker. Yes. And then I flicker again. And then I flicker wall. Getting flicker and research. Now I can get this spell as well. Yes. Yes. I should probably do that. Flicker wall. Get back flicker and dispel. Yes. Yes. Okay, now I have set up eternal blocks. That sounds pretty good. And I have retrieved everything I could from my graveyard. And that's why we don't use Treasure Cruise. So now he's pretty screwed. But can I go off in time here? I don't think I can. Bottom, bottom, top. Bottom. That guy. Protect him with the spells. And now we try to go off. Flicker wall fairies. Yes. 26 cards, we can do this. Or can we? Yes, we can. Oh god, the stress! Two cards left. Yes! Wow. That's magic, people. I should probably not be drinking coffee while I do this. My heart rate is through the roof. Thank you for watching.